everyone, welcome to Sunya IAS. Anthropology is being considered as the most scoring optional, but only if your sources are limited, your sources are standard as well as structured. So in this video, I am going to discuss about the sources that you should use for your anthropology optional, but most importantly, I am going to tell you how UPSC expect you to use these resources. Why? Because it's not all about how many books you are reading. Most importantly, you should know what UPSC expects from you and how you are converting the books into the concept and then concept into the answer. So it's all about your answer. It's all about how you are converting those concepts into understanding and in your answer. Fine. So here I am going to provide you the list of the standard resources that you should follow if you want to have a basic understanding of anthropology optional and if you want to start with the anthropology optional. Fine. So let's start. Before that, let me provide you a brief introduction of this optional. So anthropology optional is having two papers, paper 1 and paper 2. In the paper 1, there is two parts, two books basically. One is the socio-cultural anthropology and the second one is the physical anthropology. Then in the paper 2, there is three parts, Indian archaeology, Indian anthropology and tribal India. So here I am going to provide you separate standard books for each part, each section. Fine, so let's start with that. So the first, paper 1, socio-cultural anthropology. This part is the most simplest one and there are n number of resources available for this. One of the most frequently used and which is found in abundance as well as easiest to access is the e-Pathshala portal, as well as the material which is provided by the IGNOU. Like IGNOU, they have provided so many articles, so many books, so many reports related to the anthropology. So students, they can easily access those resources over the internet and they are freely available. Other than this, these are the books which are being used for socio-cultural anthropology for covering the basic understanding about it. I am not saying as the UPSC providing their syllabus is exactly provided in these books. There are things which are scattered. So students, they need to structure them and then to create it into their notes as per the UPSC requirement. So one of the book to understand about the family system, about the culture, about the marriage, there is Amber and Amber, Anthropology. This is providing the basic introduction. Then next book, if you want to understand more about the social anthropology, there is an introduction to social anthropology by D.N. Mazumdar and T.N. Madan. So these are the Indian anthropologists and they had provided a basic insights about the Indian culture, about the Indian social system and related things. Then there is one of the another book which is again provided in terms of, like, this is basically the NCERT, introducing the sociology. This is the class 12th NCERT which is going to provide you a basic understanding. So this is not something which is advanced. This is only if someone want to start about it. Like for example, if someone, they want to have a basic understanding what this subject is all about, so they can study about it. Although we are not having any standard book for anthropology among the NCERT books, this is for sociology, but socio-cultural anthropology is having overlapping with sociology 33% around, so we can rely upon this source. Next, if you want to have more things, like for example, there are some anthropological theories to understand about the multilinear culture, about the culture evolution, about the functionalism, about the culture and personality. So for that, we can rely upon the book written by the Makhan Jha ji, An Introduction to the Anthropological Thought. So a basic introduction. Then there is another book by the V.S. Upadhyay ji and the Gaya Pandey, History of the Anthropological Thought. So these two books, they are for covering the unit 6 of paper 1, anthropological theories. Fine. Then there is again in the paper 1, as I have told you, and in like I had given the introduction of this optional also. So there is videos available, so you can check while like putting Sunya IAS anthropology, and you can get the basic introduction about the subject. So here for physical anthropology, which is constituting around 24% of the syllabus, there are three basic books that you can rely upon. Here in the physical anthropology, we have to understand about the human evolution, the DNA technology, genetic variation. So for that, you can rely upon the book Physical Anthropology given by the Peanuts. Next, there is human genetics, where you are going to understand about the genetic marker and all other things. Here you can rely upon this book and the another book to provide you the basic view of the human evolution, like how we are having the bipedalism, erect posture, all these things. So that is given by the in terms of physical anthropology. Fine. So next part is the paper 2, Indian archaeology. So Indian archaeology is constituting the paper 2 and around 5% of the total syllabus. So for this you can rely upon the Indian prehistory D.K. Bhattacharya ji and the book written by him, and there are so many YouTube videos available also related to this part where you can get better insights about the Indian archaeology. Another one is the prehistoric archaeology also given by the D.K. Bhattacharya ji. So these two books, they are being considered as the prime source. Again, I am repeating the same thing, that UPSC syllabus is not directly aligned with this book. So these books, they are being written for another purpose. You need to align or structure them as per UPSC requirement, as in the same series as syllabus is being given. Fine. Next. Again, for paper 2, Indian Anthropology and Tribal India, there is book Tribal India by Nadeem Hasnain, and there is Indian Anthropology book Nadeem Hasnain. So these two books are considered as the prime source for covering the paper 2, Indian Anthro and Tribal India. Again, there are some books to understand about the tribal cultures, like there are some other aspects of the tribes and the tribal India, their development, all these things. So for that, we are having the Tribal Culture of India, the book given by the LP Vidyarthi. And there is one more book, Man in India, to provide you a basic insights. Like this is basically more than a journal. So in this journal, they had provided us the basic details about how the men like in India, like how their culture, their things, they have evolved, indigenous communities, they are changing, how the world, like globalization, the regionalism, all these things, they are impacting them. So these are basically being considered as the sources to covering the anthropology. Now when you are basically coming up with the static part, so you can rely upon this book. Other than this, you also need to rely upon these sources to know about some basic insights. See, as I have told you, this optional is concept driven. So current affair is not playing the role. But if you are quoting the things related with the current affair, like something is happening in any tribe, like nowadays Great India Nicobar project is in the news, so it's going to impact the tribes of the Nicobar, like Great Nicobari, Shompen, so it's going to impact them. So we can use this example to show here, like how the infrastructural, strategic infrastructure, and they are the one indigenous community, they have to pay the price. So I mean, I just want to provide you, like if you are conversant with the current affair, if you are conversant with what's happening in and around, so you can directly use it and add value. So for that, these are the sources: Yojana, Kurukshetra, Down to Earth, the Hindu Indian Express, and YouTube documentary videos. So these should be your sources for anthropology optional. Now, as I have told you, it's a very small like subject, and the syllabus is also small. So around 3 to 4 months and maximum 5 months, they are more than enough to prepare this. If you are preparing at your own, you may take more time. But if you want to have to the point, concise, structured, as per the UPSC requirement books, so you can rely upon the books as offered by the Sunya IAS, Anthropology Paper 1 and Anthropology Paper 2. These books, they are being prepared after analyzing all these sources, and here these books, they are going to serve a one-stop solution for your optional. Here in this book, we are providing comprehensive, concise and value-added material at one place. So you don't need to buy different books. You can completely rely upon these two books to cover your 100% static syllabus. Let me tell you a basic view about it. So let us suppose we are taking up the unit 7 of the paper 1. So here the syllabus is given, we had divided the units into different part, and in each part you will get a separate introduction, a separate meaning, definition, and the basic feature. You will get separate case studies to add value. So that's how these books, they are being structured. This is how you can understand why language is unique to the human. So here we have structured everything in the bullet points, headings, subheadings, value addition, examples, so that you can add value to your notes. Fine. So this is the basic coverage. Other than this, you can also rely upon the explanatory classes at the Sunya IAS, where the things are basically being taught with the help of some live case studies. So here again I am talking about the unit 7. So if we are reading about that part, so we are going to take the help of these PPTs, where we are going to add on the case studies, the examples, we are going to link it with the new things, we are going to link it with the like current affairs. So everything is going to be at one place. So if you are confused about like why you should choose this optional, is it good for you or nothing, so you can directly connect with me. So here the Google form attached in the description box, so you can fill that book, you can fill that form and you can directly connect with me. Okay, so thank you so much.